The multi-store memory. It is used by cognitive psychologists and is the most well-known and influential model. Cognitive psychologists are people who study mental processes.
The model was made by Atkins and Shifton in 1968. They saw the memory as a flow of information, which is represented in the diagram shown.
Before we start, here are some key definitions.
Coding is the change of format of information to be used in the memory. It can also be known as encoding.
Capacity, the amount of information that can stay in the memory.
Duration is how long information stays in the memory. The sensory register is modalically specific, which means its coding, duration and capacity are all different. It is the place where information is held to each of the senses, for example the eyes, the ears, the nose, the fingers and the tongue, with corresponding areas of the brain. They all have a very large but differing capacity. They are constantly receiving information, but receives very little attention, remains in the sensory register for a very brief duration as it receives a lot of information and some gets discarded.
The short-term memory is where, according to the multi-store model of memory, memories go after leaving the sensory register. In the average non-damaged human brain, this store has a capacity of 7 ± 2 items. These items are stored acoustically, meaning that when recalling them, you might hear them being said in your mind. The duration of the short-term memory is, on average, between 15 and 30 seconds. This is increased by rehearsal and decreased by interruptions. From here, items are either lost or move onto the long-term memory. The long-term memory is where items are stored until they need to be recalled again, at which point they move back into the short-term memory. The capacity of the long-term memory is believed to be limitless, and it's encoded in semantic code, which is according to its meaning. In terms of duration, the accuracy of recall decreases quickly, but then evens out, and items can still be recalled a long time later. For example, any Spanish you remember 5 years after learning it, it's entirely possible you'll still remember 30 years later.